Good morning, everyone. My name is Tara Palacios, and I am the Director of Small Business here in Arlington County. Really glad and grateful that you all can join us today for our last in a four-part series, Boost Your Business on Local Budgets. It was a program put together between us and our Arlington purchasing office to make sure that our businesses have access to opportunities now during the current health pandemic, but also into the future. And we're so grateful that we have the purchasing office from Prince William County, as well as my counterpart, Clarice, who is in Prince William County as well. But before we begin, I want to go through some housekeeping things and let you all know just a welcome from us all. We're really grateful that you can join us today, the day before Halloween, and to talk about really great opportunities that are available to you. As the agenda, we're going to do the welcome, which we're doing right now, and then we're going to head into an icebreaker that's going to be put on by our friends. And then there's the presentation, Boost Your Business, which will be followed by Q&A. For our last two sessions, we had some really great dialogues, really excellent questions. And so what we want you all to do is, and we want this to be interactive, we want you to leave out with all of your questions answered. So you can either raise your hand or ask a question in the chat box. If it's something that our team can answer, we'll do so as the presentation goes along, or we'll be able to do it on the back end. For today's session, my colleague Alex Held will be taking your questions and interacting with our friends from Prince William County. We will make the materials available to you, and we want to make sure that you get your questions answered. And so right now I'd like to welcome Chris Lay, who is with the Virginia Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity, to say some words of welcome and to let you know more about her organization here in Virginia. Chris?
Thank you, Tara. Good morning, everyone. I don't know where you're calling from. It's a little gray outside my window, but you know what? It's still Friday. For those who don't know, the Virginia Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity, we are your state agency. We are your small business agency in Virginia. So we're the ones who will show you how to do Virginia's procurement process, take you through it, help you navigate the system, get you registered. We're also the agency that does the SWAM certification. That stands for small business, micro-sized business, women-owned business, and minority-owned business. And that is Virginia's small business program. And that's really to give small businesses an advantage when they want to do state government contracting. We also help you with financing through the Virginia Small Business Financing Authority, VSBFA. And right now, I want to invite all the businesses out there, if you have not already applied for the Rebuild Virginia grant, please go to that website, and I'll put it in the chat to apply. The eligibility requirements have opened up significantly. So as long as you qualify and under the small definition of Virginia, you will be eligible. If you have less than $10 million in gross revenue, or you have less than 250 employees, you're now eligible. So please check that grant and get some help for your business financially. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great session with Prince William County Purchasing Department. I'm just as anxious as you are to hear how they do procurement. Back to you, Tara. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate it. And looking forward, like Chris said, Rebuild Virginia, the governor just sent out a press release this week, and there's real great opportunity for people to get some financial relief. So definitely check that out. And thank you, Chris. And so now it is my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Clarice Grove, who is the Small Business Development Manager at the Department of Economic Development of Prince William County. Clarice, it's a pleasure to be doing this with you today, and we look forward to hearing from you and our team from the Purchasing Office of Prince William County Government. And on behalf of Arlington Economic Development and the Arlington Purchasing Office, we thank you for the presentation that you're going to provide for us today.
Awesome. Thank you, Tara, for the introduction and for leading this wonderful webinar with your team. You guys are awesome over there in Arlington. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining us today to learn more about doing business in Prince William County. As Tara mentioned, I am the Small Business Development Manager for Prince William County. Our team, we understand that government contracting rules and regulations, it could be daunting, and in the spirit of Halloween, maybe even a little scary. So we want to make sure that Prince William County is fostering profitable partnerships for you to succeed. Keishla Perez serves as the Capital Procurement Officer with Prince William County Procurement Services. And in her role, Keishla manages various capital procurement solicitations to include transportation, facilities, construction, and parks capital projects. She has experience working in both local, city, and county, as well as state procurement offices. Keishla received her master's of public administration, as well as her graduate certificate in public procurement and contract management from Old Dominion University. Shayna Terry serves as lead procurement officer with Prince William County Procurement. And in her role, Shayna oversees the capital procurement process for all of the county's capital projects. Shayna has over 20 years of procurement experience in the public, private sector. She holds the following procurement certifications: Certified Professional Public Buyer, Virginia Construction Contract Officer, and Virginia Contract Officer. Awesome. So our team, they stand ready to help you with whatever you need. So now I will turn it over to Keishla and Shayna.
Okay, so thank you guys for having us. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you guys. So we're Prince William County Procurement Services. This is our bio. We added that to our slideshow just so we can include that with our handout.
Thank you everyone for attending today. Thank you all for answering those poll questions. It's very important for us to learn about our audience who we have with us today. If you've ever done business with the county, if you're registered, and if you're a SWAM vendor and your commodities, these things will help us to be able to answer your questions on today and make sure that you walk away with the information that you need to be able to do business with Prince William County. As you can see here on this slide, Prince William County relies heavily on our vendors and suppliers and business partners in order to provide goods and services to support the county's mission and strategic goals and support our citizens in our community. We purchase a variety of goods and services ranging anywhere from architecture and engineering services all the way to services that support our parks and recs, public safety, Department of Information Technologies, just a plethora of different goods and services that we purchase to support the county's mission. Someone mentioned entertainment, pianists. That's something that could possibly fall up under our parks and recs or various other service and community-based services. So you're in the right place, and we hope that through this presentation, you will learn something that fits your particular business or commodity through our presentation on today. You'll hear a lot about our procurement website, which you can see the link there, and what you can find on that site. I'm not going to go into everything there, just the bullets there shows different areas that we're going to cover through this presentation on today. And we'll move on to the next slide.
Okay, so Prince William County is the second largest county in the Commonwealth of Virginia with a population of nearly 467,000 residents. We have a very racially and ethnically diverse population, which makes the county one of the most globally represented counties in the region. Prince William County encompasses a total area of 348 square miles and independent cities, towns, state and federal park properties, which includes Quantico Marine Base as well. The county currently employs approximately 3,600 employees in more than 30 county departments. So we're a pretty large county. We hold AAA bond ratings, which are awarded annually from all three rating agencies. And that basically confirms a commitment to a thriving and robust economy. We utilize various types of funding to include our general fund, local, state, and federal money, various grants, as well as bonds. So we have various projects going on. I do want to point out that the county does not do the procurement for schools and or the service authority. So if you contact them, we provided the direct phone numbers to those agencies. So anything that involves schools or service authority, we do not purchase those items. And on to an overview of our procurement regulations. Prince William County believes strongly in transparency and competition, and that is why we have reinforced that in our procurement regulations. We always try and be the best business partners to our vendor community, and we ensure an equitable process while also ensuring best value to our taxpayers. Currently, our single quote limit is $5,000, and anything less than $30,000 is handled by our departments, is at a department level. So it's not, it'll be solicited directly from the department. Anything over $30,000 but less than $100,000 will be handled by Procurement Services and will be handled by, be posted on our website, but it will be in an informal way. So usually an RFQ. So those are posted on the website, which we have the link there, and they can all be downloaded from the site. Anything over $100,000, which is our small purchase threshold, will be posted on our website, similar to the small dollar, but they will be formal solicitations. We have our usual solicitations, so IFBs, sealed IFBs, invitation for bid, and those are usually posted on our website. The one, occasionally we post them in the newspaper, so any federal project or any federally funded, as well as our RFPs, we'll post a advertisement in the newspaper for those as well. We don't currently utilize EVA. We only post it on our website. Our website's very similar to EVA in the sense that you register as a vendor, you get notified, and you can bid electronically. We have a system similar to Quick Quote where you submit your quotes that way as well, but we do not post to EVA. And we don't currently have a SWAM or DBE set-aside program. We do have occasionally DBE requirements for federally funded projects such as VDOT projects, but I do want to put that out there that we do not have a DBE program. Our board has initiated a directive on that, and I know that they're going to be studying a DBE program, but currently we do not have one. And we do have a P card program as well. So we have various modes, but our procurement regulations are posted on our website, and that's a great document to look at.
Thank you, Kaishla. Here you'll see a listing of our county departments, and the ones that we have here in blue, the general government, community development, public safety, and human services, those are all under the direction of the Board of County Supervisors. So these are all county agencies and departments. When you go to our website, you'll be able to click on each one of these, and it'll give you a little bit of information about those departments, their mission and their goals, so that you can learn a little bit more about them in order to market your services. On the right there, you'll see in red, these are state and local agencies that are not under the direction of the Board of County Supervisors. They have their own boards, but Procurement Services still provides procurements, does the procurements for those particular departments, but they are just under a different governing body. Also, in the green there, you will see other local elected offices receiving county funds. Again, we do the procurement services, but they are under different governing boards. Sometimes the schools, we will partner together on a joint solicitation if there's something like insurance, health insurance or something like that, or something where we can get economies of scale, we will partner and do a joint procurement. But this gives you a little bit more information about the county departments. Again, if you go to our website, you can click on these links and learn more about these different departments and their missions. Next slide, please. This is a representation of the county's Procurement Services Department. We do fall under the Department of Finance, and this just gives you a little bit of overview of how we're structured. Adam Manny is our Assistant Director of Finance for Procurement Services. He's the head of procurement. And then we have 2 lead procurement officers, myself, which I'm responsible for overseeing the capital procurements for the county. And then we have another lead procurement officer, Erica Buckfa, who oversees the general government procurements. We also have a listing of all of the individual procurement officers and the different departments that they procure for. So going back to that previous chart that I showed you, listing all of the different departments, here on this handout, you will see the breakdown of all of those different departments and the point of contact, for procurement, who you can reach out to once you've submitted your statement of qualifications to follow up about connecting with those departments for marketing your services to them. Down at the bottom there, we have an admin assistant who, when you submit your statement of qualifications to the county, she will receive those and forward them out to the different procurement officers who will work with the departments to get your handouts out to them. We also have a procurement card manager who manages our procurement card program. Each of the different departments do have procurement cards. Some of them use them for our micro purchases, where it's just under $5,000 and they can go directly to one vendor. That's something that they may utilize their P card for. So this is a great reference guide to keep handy, just so that you know who to follow up with in procurement for marketing your goods and services.
And with that, here's some advice on how to market your business to the county. First, market your business to us. So we don't know you exist if we don't know you exist. The best way to do that is to send your statement of qualification, as well as any existing cooperative contracts that you may hold with any other agency, to our procurement email address, which is procurement@pwcgov.org. Our admin is great about reviewing that and getting that to the appropriate procurement officer. So especially cooperative contracts, if you have a business that we don't, or a commodity we might have a contract, great way to market your business. Also, ask to share it with any appropriate departments. If you have any handouts, product details, send that, as well as any other relevant information. Number 2, become a registered vendor. That is extremely important. Currently, the only way you can bid is if you are a registered vendor. But once you register, you put in your commodity codes, make sure to put everything that you qualify for. Again, we're similar to EVA, where you list every commodity that you currently can provide. The commodity code number is based off of the NIGP numbers. And every time a solicitation is posted, you will get an email saying that something that matches your commodity code has been posted, and you'll get a notification so that you know when to bid. So our iSupplier system will do that for you, as well as be able to get a contract, because if you're not a registered vendor, we can't award a contract to you. Third and final is explore our website, not just our procurement website, but the Prince William County website as a whole. There's a lot of valuable information to include. I mean, our procurement website has a lot of information because our current solicitations, our upcoming solicitations. We post any draft solicitations we have get posted to our website, the titles and that information, so you know what's coming up. We have our budget posted, which has a value of information because it tells you how much money we have and what's up and coming. On our procurement website, if anyone has any or if anyone is a contractor or a subcontractor, we post our bidders plan holders lists, so you can reach out to the prime contractor and our strategic plan and our capital improvement program, or our capital plan. You can see what's up and coming in terms of projects. So those are really, really important to check out. I'd also include watching board meetings, or even just looking at the agenda to see what's been awarded or if any money has been allocated, because you can see what our directives are from the board, or what our priorities are as a county. So if your business falls within any of those priorities or anything that any directives, you can reach out to us and market your business and kind of let us know, or even just know that there's a solicitation up and coming.
We are all dealing with the impacts of COVID, and the county has changed our process in procurement to be able to meet our business needs, support our agencies, and also connect with our vendors during COVID. So procurement is currently working remotely, and instead of having a lot of in-person meetings, we're doing a lot of virtual meetings, such as our pre-proposal, pre-bid conferences. Those are all being held virtual via WebEx or Microsoft Teams. There are times where we do need to have in-person meetings or site visits, progress meetings, and when we do have those, we are sure to follow the CDC guidelines on wearing face coverings and appropriate social distancing. We are also conducting all of our bids electronically. So through iSupplier, our vendors are able to submit their bids. We also conduct our bid openings virtual. In some cases, there may be minimal solicitations that will allow bids to be submitted by hard copy or in-person bid openings. But for the most part, we're transitioning to virtual bid openings and electronic bid submissions, just to ensure that everyone is safe and we can follow the CDC guidelines. We are also, we've had an increase in our procurement activities due to CARES Act funds. So we have had an increase in procurement on our public safety side, our Department of Information Technology side, as well as our human and social services, just to support all the different county and community needs where we've been impacted by COVID. So there are strict guidelines for those funds, as well as a strict timeline. So we've been very busy in procurement, trying to ensure that we provide the goods and services needed to support our communities, and also spend the CARES Act in accordance with those funding guidelines.
And as Shana said, we're doing our bids all virtually. So currently everything is moved 100% digital. All solicitations over $30,000 are posted on the website, and all bids are due virtually, unless specified in the solicitation documents. We are not accepting paper copies, so they shouldn't be mailed. No hard copies, no emailed copies to our office, unless it's specifically noted in the solicitation. And bidders are required, like I mentioned previously, they are required to be registered as a registered vendor and an iSupplier in order to submit a bid. And please note that we can't register you have to do that, and you also are responsible for updating your registration. So if you are already registered, but you, for example, have turnover, we can't update your information. You have to do that yourself. So just keep that in mind. Most of our pre-bids, pre-proposal meetings are being held virtually. It's, for example, in construction, we've tried to keep everything virtual, but if that's not the case, we've been following CDC guidelines. We're trying to find creative ways just to keep everybody safe. So just, again, please make sure to reference the solicitation, and that will tell you how those are going to be carried out. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us in procurement, and again, the solicitation will list who the procurement or the procurement officer is. And all bid openings are virtual. We hold them via WebEx. It's very convenient for a lot of people. You can join virtually, or you can call in and listen. And we always post bid tabs to our website. And just please note that if there is a technical issue that does not invalidate our bid opening, again, we post our bid tabs on the website, and we'll post that as soon as possible after the bid opening. So now we're going to do a quick walkthrough of our website so we can give you a quick view of it. So I'm going to exit out of this presentation.
I was wondering, while you're doing that, Keisha, we'd had some questions come through, and it was just generally, I think you kind of answered this already, so but I just wanted to make sure they were answered. But a lot of folks had been wondering what kind of opportunities were available at Prince William. I'm assuming that that link, that the website will show kind of everything that that you guys are looking for as far as procurement. Is that correct? At least currently.
We do have, as Keisha mentioned earlier, our draft solicitations posted on our website. That gives vendors an opportunity to know what we're working on and what will be eventually advertised. And now that I see Keisha has it open, she can navigate to where you all can find those opportunities. So I'll turn it back over to you, Keisha.
Okay, so when you go to pwc.org/bids, you'll get to this website. This is our main procurement website. On this main banner, you'll see solicitations, county contracts. So we'll start on this main page. It has open solicitations. If you click on here, it'll show everything that's currently open and you can bid on. And if you look at the number, if there's a comma next to it, that means that there's been an amendment to the solicitation. So there's most likely an addendum to it. So keep that in mind when looking at that. You should check back and periodically before the bid opening and make sure that you have any addendums that have been posted. County contracts, if you want to see if we have any current contracts, that's another way. You can look up if you provide a certain service. You can see if we currently have a contract for that, and you can see when it expires. So if it's coming up soon, then you know that we're going to have to solicit it soon. And just keep an eye out for anything that you might provide. Bid results, it'll show anything that's closed recently, or anything that's closed recently, and it'll have the bid tabs next to it. If for some reason it's not next to it, there might have been a glitch, or it didn't post correctly. Sometimes, like this one, I know it's there. If you click on it, sometimes it'll show here. It'll say bid tab. So just make sure to check. If not, you can always reach out to the procurement officer and they'll send that to you. Or you can just click here and it'll download and you can open the bid tab. Let's see. Cooperative contracts. We post the cooperative contracts that we're writing. Instructions to bidders, a great location for any new vendors. It has how-to guides step-by-step on how to register, how to update your vendor information, how to submit a bid, any of those things. So if you're having any issues with iSupplier or any questions, that's your first go-to. And then if you're still having issues, we have vendor services, or you can reach out to us in procurement and we'll try to help you to the best abilities. There's some things that we don't have access to in the system, so we might have to refer you to someone else, but we'll do everything we can to help you. Upcoming opportunities, that's what you were asking about. You click on that and it shows anything that's in draft status, Sometimes not everything shows because it's based off of the date that's put in the solicitation, the draft. So if that date is passed, it doesn't always show. But like I said, looking at current contracts and looking at if your commodity, like what you sell, looking at our current county contracts and seeing when the expiration date is for the one that we currently have is a great way to kind of do research and see what's coming up as well. Or just sometimes reaching out to the department or reaching out to us and asking us what's coming up. We'll also on the website, we have some additional resources. We had a reverse trade show this year where we did that at George Mason. So we have the website there. I'm not sure, I doubt we're going to have one this year just because of COVID. We have a bunch of other resources you can check out. The most important is our procurement regulations. You can download them from here. Our plan holders list, short list, any public notices if you want to see our intent to award. Like I said, plan holders list is great. If you're in construction or want to work on any of, or even not construction, because some of the construction projects you purchase furniture and other supplies for inside of the buildings. So that's good to know who to contact to submit your bids for some of those items. And also, if you're going to register, this is where you would go on the very top corner under vendor registration. You can either log in. What's great is right underneath, there's instructions. So if you already are a registered vendor, you would know this page, you log in. But for some reason, if you do not, if for some reason you need to update your information, it has the quick reference guide right below it. You can open that and it'll give you step-by-step on how to update the information in your profile. Or if you're registering for the first time, it gives you instructions step-by-step on how to register as a new vendor. And then as well, I want to reiterate that we do not do the purchasing or procurement for the school system or service authority. So their numbers to reach out to them directly are right there. So, and our number and our direct number to the office and our email address, our procurement email address is at the bottom of the page. But our website has a lot of information. You can always, if you can't find it on the website, you can always reach out to us and we're more than happy to help you with anything that you need. And with that, we're going to go back to the PowerPoint. And I'm going to skip ahead. The next thing I want to give you is some tips and tricks for success. Just from especially my experience, since I've been with the county, I've been with the county for a little over a year. I've said it a couple times, become a registered vendor. It's the best way because you get notified directly and list every commodity code that your company can provide. It's important. Again, you'll get notified via email. It's very convenient. Another thing is when you're registering your company, use a central email address when registering your company. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten emails update their registration because it was registered under an employee that no longer works there and they don't have the username or password, or they don't have access, and all of their POs or their POs and all of that information is being sent, and their agreements and all of that information is being sent to an email that they don't have access to, or they can't log in and update. So if you have a general email address that you can use, that's preferable, so that you don't have to worry about turnover. If there's turnover, you have access to that. Update your company information regularly. So if anything changes, you always have the most up-to-date information. You're always getting all the notifications, your address is up to date, all of that stuff is very important. I would say routinely check the website because while we send emails, not everyone always sees them. So if you the website, you might miss a solicitation that might apply to your company, or you might miss an addendum. So it's important. Like I said previously as well, review the Prince William County website, familiarize yourself with the budget, strategic plan, and monitor the board meetings, because you get a lot of information from the board meetings. Contracts are awarded in the board meetings, money is allocated. So those are great things. And if you don't have time to watch the board meetings, which I understand because some of them can be very, very long, at least look over the agenda, because the board agenda items you can look through, and they give, if you click on the items, it gives you a quick synopsis of each thing. And that's really, that's a lot of really good information. Next, don't wait till the last minute to submit your bids. With everything being done electronically, as you can see today with my presentation, technical difficulties do happen, and you don't want to wait till the last minute difficulties and then miss out on a bidding opportunity. Because similar to submitting bids in person, if you miss the deadline, you miss the deadline, and we cannot accept your bid. Once it's closed online, it is closed. I cannot do anything to help you, and I feel for you, and it hurts my heart, but we can't do anything. So if you submit your bid early, or you go to submit it early and you're having technical difficulties, you can reach out. We can try and help you. We can get you, we can do everything in our power to get that bid in time. Another big one, especially with solicitations that involve multiple attachments, for example, the VDOT construction ones that have a bunch of forms that are required, uploading 10 different forms or more can be very tedious and time consuming. And for me, I have to download each one individually. So this is kind of selfish on my part too. Just so you know, you can put all of those documents into a zip folder, and our system recognizes it as one document. So you only have to upload one thing once, and it's really easy, and everything goes in one document. So you can do that. So just letting you know that's an option. And last but not least, I encountered this with a bidder not that long ago. Our system, when you're uploading a very large file and attaching it to your bid, it does not have the little spinny indicator. So when you're going to upload a large file, it may look like it's not working. So if you keep trying and keep trying, it's gonna stop uploading, and you might panic, which is what happened. I had a vendor contact me freaking out saying it's not working. I'm trying to upload this document, it's not letting me. And in reality, the system was working, but every time they stopped, they kept reloading, it would stop the upload. So just be patient with it. If it's a large file, just wait. Don't just let it sit and let it upload. And then if it's still not working, then reach out to us. But again, our system is a little weird. We've let our team know, and they're working on trying to fix that, but there is no indicator. There's what I call the spinning wheel of death. Everyone should be familiar with that, the little spinning wheel. It does not show that, but it is working, so just throwing that one out there. So those are my tips and tricks for success. And again, if you ever need anything, we are always here for you. And with that concludes our presentation, and we're going to open it up for some questions.
Oh, this was wonderful, Keishla and Shana. Thank you so much for this awesome presentation. I think in general, I want to say just extend the kind of, thanks from a lot of the attendees. They really appreciate this information. So thank you for partnering with us on this program. I had a couple questions, and folks, feel free to put your questions in the chat. We'll get them if there's anything that you missed. And Keisha, I think, like I said before we got on the call, there's a little gremlin running around today, messing with our tech, So,
yeah.
But one of the questions that I kind of missed, but you kind of just cut out a little bit, so if you could just explain, was about the registration. Now, when you were explaining how you folks register in iSupplier, you said that I just want to clarify that you guys can't change vendors in iSupplier on their behalf. Is that correct?
No, we cannot. They have to do it for themselves.
They have to do it for themselves. Okay. And I'm assuming that, that's why you kind of encourage that info at domain email type address, so they it's not an employee, it's not tied to one single employee. Makes sense. Cool.
Yes, and that's the issue that I've seen multiple times.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Keisha. The other question was from Claudia. Is that are the products that the county purchases need to be made in the United States, or?
I can take that one. That depends. We do have some clauses within our construction and federal contracts where there are clauses that they must be made in the USA, but that would depend on the solicitation requirements.
And I guess some of that kind of depends on where some of the funds are coming from, like if it's a transportation
Yes,
project and a DOT.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Those definitely do have those clauses in there that they have to be made or manufactured in the United States. Yes.
Okay. And I wanted to pick up on that advice that you guys gave and just make sure everybody kind of understands this, because I thought that was the way you guys explained it was very clear about, kind of monitoring the county board meetings. Well, you guys call it board of supervisors. Kind of modifying these things because, we're as local government, we're directed by our political leaders. And so keeping abreast of those issues, I kind of would encourage that anybody that's interested in contracting with local government to kind of do that, because those requirements are there. But so thank you for pointing that out. And then the other thing I kind of wanted to go back because I thought this was a little different. I hadn't heard this before. Is about the $30,000. Could you just explain that a little bit again for my time? It's the $30,000 threshold. It's decisions are made by the department heads. Is that what I understood, or how does that work?
So less than $30,000, the departments do their own. I was saying that anything less than $30,000, the departments do their own solicitation. It's informal solicitations. They usually do the three quote rule basically. They're more than welcome to do more than 3 quotes. We love competition, but that's usually the process.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, cool. Well,
and that's another reason why it's important to be registered, because those departments that are doing their own 3 quotes, they can go into our system and identify vendors that are out there to solicit the quotes from.
Awesome. Okay. And is there, I guess are there any kind of categories that you see common with this? Like industry, is it more tech? Is it more, I was just kind of curious if there's certain industry kind of that are more popular with this type of bidding process or quote procurement process, or is it all over?
I think every department.
Kind of just depends. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, again, I just want to kind of round it out. I just wanted to express appreciation for taking the time today. We really appreciate it. And I know a lot of the panelists were kind of getting in. Just thank you for donating your time and sharing this information. I thought it was a very thorough presentation. You all did a wonderful job and kind of, making these increasing transparency in the process. So thank you. With that, a lot of folks had asked about, the presentation. We can make that available. You'll also get a recording of this program as well, emailed to you. Actually, it's set to come tomorrow, so if you're watching your email, you can review anything that you missed. And I just wanted to say thank you for joining us on behalf of Arlington Economic Development and Arlington Purchase Office. We really appreciate, working with all the localities in Northern Virginia. Really appreciate you guys taking your time. And I also just want to extend a huge thanks to Sharon and the whole team at Arlington Purchasing Office for kind of helping us with this. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So we really thank you for your support. With that, I'm going to I think if there's anything, we at BizLaunch, we have different programs from time to time. We offer technical assistance for our small businesses and helpful Oh, thank you for putting that important links up. But for more information about the work we do, our website is just bizlaunch.org. Kind of easy peasy, but I want to just thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you very much for having us and this opportunity to share with the vendors.